as is customary, I think we'll be doing this as some sort of a subcommittee of some type. But we have the boot heel here, so that works. Thank you, Senator Bean, Senator Arthur, for your participation. Dan, if you want to come up, give us a quick rundown of this supplemental request from the governor. Thanks, Dan.
For the record, Dan Hogg, State Budget Director, here to present House Bill 16, which is a supplemental bill for funding for both the Missouri Highway Patrol and the Missouri National Guard. This is to, we will be sending 11 troopers to Texas over 32 days to help the Texas law enforcement around the border. And then we gave you a handout. It's a sort of a front back, I think, or maybe it's 2-page for you guys, that details the cost of the patrol there. What we are including is half of the salaries needed. The rest we can do out of laps, and then the full amount of E&E, which is basically mileage, lodging, equipment, that kind of thing. This is all paid out of general revenue, so there are no highway funds being used for these troopers that are going on this mission. There are volunteers that are being taken from all parts of the state. As far as the National Guard, we will have 4 rotations of 50 Guard members heading to Texas. This will occur over a 90-day period. Both the patrol and the Guard, these were requests from the state of Texas for assistance that Governor Parson is responding to. Again, we have a handout here on the detail the cost of the Guard. That's about $2 million. The Guard will be paid out of an appropriation in the governor's office in House Bill 12. It's a $4 million appropriation currently. The cost of this is $2 million, but we are asking for an additional $2 million for that appropriation, just in case we have other disasters or issues in the state that we need to call the Guard out. We don't want to get caught short. So we are just asking that sort of as a backstop to make sure that we can respond to anything we need to within the state.
Thank you, Dan. Questions from the committee? Oh, Senator Arthur. Yep.
Can you remind me, did the governor recommend the full appropriation for the National Guard in his budget this year?
I
don't
know if we recommended every NDI they
Yeah.
requested. I'd have to go back and look, Senator. I don't remember that off the top of my head.
Okay.
I don't think we did any core cuts, but I'm not sure we funded every single NDI,
Right.
which we don't with most departments, honestly.
So usually the supplemental includes funding for Medicaid programs, stuff like that. There's no need to do anything outside of this request for supplemental?
We have House Bill 15, which is our normal supplemental bill, that has the Medicaid request and the things you're normally used to seeing in that bill. So that bill will be coming
So
to
that's
you
in
at
the
some
House right
point.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do have sort of what I would consider our normal one. This came about later, and we felt like it would be easier and a little more clear and transparent just to do a standalone bill on this. We're also asking for this to be passed in a little quicker manner than the regular supplemental bill.
Well, I'm sorry Republicans in Congress are refusing to act on the bipartisan bill that would address a lot of these issues.
Any other questions from the committee?
Yes.
Senator May.
Good morning.
Good morning, Senator.
So this is coming out of general revenue.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is reimbursing our general revenue for Missouri taxpayers?
We do not anticipate a reimbursement on this. This will be funded through our general revenue without a reimbursement.
So we're sending National Guard and state troopers, am I correct,
Yes, ma'am.
to Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're not getting reimbursed for what, $4 million?
It's about 2.3 million is what we're asking for here.
Okay. I'm thinking.
Senator, while you think, you mind if I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Perfect, thank you. So Dan, just remind me, do we have 10 troops in that highway patrol around the state?
9?
Is it 9? We have
Yeah,
9
9.
troops? So 11, is there 10 officers and 1 supervisor? Is that how this is broken down?
Yeah, roughly. I mean, the colonel's here if
Yeah.
you wanted him
Colonel
to get
Olson,
into
would you care?
that kind of detail.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks, Colonel.
Good morning, Eric Olson, Superintendent, Missouri State Highway Patrol. Yes, sir, we have 9 troops, and we have spread out the assignments of these troopers among them and even one of the divisions as well. So they are geographically spread out. It won't have an adverse impact on any one particular area of the state.
Well, that's kind of where I was headed. I've fielded a few questions about the impact of taking some of your troopers off of the roads.
Right.
And I'm glad to see that this has been spread out and also that it's voluntary. So
Yes.
what we really have is 11 troopers for, is it 15 days, and then we're going to cycle in another?
The plan right now is for these 11 to stay the month of March, basically.
Okay, just one group.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we'll reevaluate that as we get into it to see if that project would be extended.
Understood. Understood. Senator Lukemeyer, thank you.
First of all, this is both to the Adjutant General and to the Colonel. I'm thankful that the governor has called upon the Guard and the Highway Patrol to help secure the southern border. If the federal government's unwilling to act, then I think it's great that the states are willing for the common good of our nation to put our foot forward and say enough is enough. So thank you for your service. Thank you for your willingness to deploy both troopers and guardsmen and women to the southern border. I think that's an important thing, and I'm fully supportive of it. Look forward to voting for this line item.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from committee members?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Senator May.
I'm really encouraged by that, speech, but I definitely support our troops. But I really support them in Missouri with taxpayer dollars from Missouri. Also, we must remember the bipartisan Border Patrol bill that's sitting in federal government held up by Republicans. So we want to remember that. And so when we're using our tax dollars, and if we were getting that passed, we might have some relief at the border. There's more than one way to do it. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Any other questions or comments from the committee? Does not appear so.
you.
Superintendent, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Adjunct General, thank you for being here and what you guys do. Dan, appreciate your time. This will conclude the hearing on this supplemental bill. Thanks, guys.